Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
It was too big to be a toy gun, and then when he cocked it back and I saw the clip on it, I already knew like this guy's about to shoot.
Exclusive details tonight after a Fargo father says he was the victim in what ended up being an over 4-hour manhunt in South Fargo Friday afternoon. 24-year-old Hayden Bollinger is behind bars on charges of terrorizing after pointing a gun at the father and his young daughter. Valley News Team's Alexandra Kay has the emotional story. It's a story you'll only see on Valley News Live.
Elias Chavez and his 12-year-old daughter were walking out of their Southport Heights apartment building when Chavez says they encountered their neighbor, 24-year-old Hayden Bollinger, standing by his garage, waving and trying to talk to his daughter.
He's catcalling her, so I turn around, so he's calling my daughter. So she kind of runs a little ahead of me.
Chavez says he approached Bollinger and immediately knew something was wrong.
Well, he gets right up in my face and I can smell the alcohol on him and his eyes look like he's just wasted.
Chavez says after seeing the state that the man was in, he decided it wasn't worth it and started walking away.
All I hear is him go, hey, hey. So by the time I turn around, he has an AR-15 rifle. He has it on the side of him. He cocked the rifle back and pointed it right at me.
And that's when Chavez says his life flashed before his eyes.
I just took out running and my daughter was shaking in one spot. I told her, go, go, go. And I told her to run towards the garage. I opened the garage. She hid in there. I didn't want to get near her just in case he did start shooting. It wasn't both of us that got shot. It was just me.
Chavez says he told his daughter to run as far as she could and call the police.
I was trying to cut corners. I'm like, this guy has a rifle. It's an AR-15. We're not going to outrun it. He goes, what we can do is just cut corners and try to get away as far as we can away from him.
Thankfully, Chavez says moments later, they were reunited.
She was shaking and shaking, crying, telling me, sorry, Dad, sorry, I'm sorry. This guy had to do this to me. I'm sorry.
Fargo police arrested Bollinger after searching for him for over 4 hours. Chavez says he's relieved to know that his attacker is behind bars and out of their apartment building.
I still stay thinking about it. Just how fast things can happen, how fast somebody's life can change.
In Fargo, Alexandra Kay, Valley News Live.
Bollinger is yet to be formally charged. A mugshot of Bollinger is also not yet available. The Cass County Sheriff's Department tells Valley News Live the man who was shot in Castleton last night has died. Sheriffs have arrested this man, 23-year-old William Dittmer Jr., on charges of felony murder. Cass County Sheriffs responded to the 100 block of 3rd Avenue South in Castleton just after 9:30 last night. Sheriffs say they found a 50-year-old man with a gunshot wound. He was rushed to an area hospital and later died. Stay with Valley News Live as we continue to learn more information on this incident. The North Dakota Health Department is reporting 2 more deaths of North Dakota residents with the coronavirus, a man in his 90s and a man in his 40s, both from Cass County and both with underlying medical conditions. The state's total of COVID-19 deaths is now at 35. 24 of those deaths are from the virus. 4 deaths are patients who had the virus when they died, and 7 are still pending death records. Overall, another 40 positive cases were reported today, with 30 from Cass County. Nearly 44,000 tests have been processed. 34 patients are currently hospitalized, while 762 patients are listed as recovered. In Minnesota, the state is reporting another 24 deaths today, bringing the total to 558. Today's deaths include an individual in their 80s from Clay County and an individual in their 50s from Polk County. For the 4th straight day, the state is reporting over 700 positive cases. In all, the state has seen 10,790 total positive tests. 1,329 of those are healthcare workers. 6,322 are listed as no longer needing isolation. The Solidcore parking lot in Fargo filled with cars today for the first day back open since closing during the COVID-19 pandemic. The North Dakota studios are the first of Solidcore's over 70 studios to open in the country. Fargo's studio manager says they have been working to return since the beginning of May, when North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum made the announcement businesses could choose to reopen. Clients are being asked to wash their hands before entering the studio and are given a disinfectant wipe to clean their area before they begin as well as after.
We don't walk around the room like we used to. We do not touch people. We don't high five. We give lots of wipes. I'm wearing gloves. We change them every class. We wash our hands. We're wearing masks. So Yeah, it's a different world, but we're doing it the best we can.
If you would like to read the guidelines set for North Dakota businesses or more about Solicor's reopening, head over to our VNL News app and click on this story. And curbside pickup is now available for many stores at the West Acres Mall in Fargo. You can have purchases delivered right to your car. There are 20 parking spaces outside of the Aquarium Court entrance and 10 outside the Buffalo Court entrance. You can contact individual stores for details. And for more information, we have links attached to this story. Just download the VNL News app. Well, there are a lot of campgrounds are opening back up this weekend, but it might be difficult to find an open spot. Lewis and Clark State Park only making 50% of their sites available. Park rangers say they're limiting group sites to one camper at a reduced cost to promote social distancing. At Divide County's campgrounds, they're downsizing from 32 to 27 sites. They've also decreased prices of seasonal passes due to the shorter season.
People are still supposed to maintain that social distancing. You know, if there are large groups gathering, the park could be shut down. So I hope that everybody will respect that and we won't have an issue.
She says COVID-19 closures are probably giving some people cabin fever, so camping is a great, safe way to get outside with family. Well, there are troubling developments in the COVID crisis. We learned that more children have died from what doctors call a disturbing syndrome linked to coronavirus and marked by heart failure and high fever. And after months of speculation that kids might not get so sick from coronavirus, parents and healthcare workers are now on high alert. Here's NBC's Kathy Park.
Tonight, the mystery deepens as the death toll rises in New York among children diagnosed with complications from the coronavirus.
The illness has taken the lives of 3 young New Yorkers.
The state investigating 73 cases.
One of the few rays of good news was young people weren't affected. We're not so sure that that is the fact anymore.
Doctors are calling the illness pediatric multi-system inflammatory syndrome. The symptoms are similar to Kawasaki disease, which could potentially damage the heart or blood vessels. NBC News found cases in at least 8 other states and Washington, D.C. Dr. Jane Newberger is with the American Heart Association's Young Hearts Council.
Why do you think we're learning about these cases now?
It's a later phenomenon than the initial COVID infection, and it does suggest that there is something about the immune system in some individuals that makes you susceptible to react to having had COVID this way.
The growing health concern now reaching the CDC as the agency partners with New York to learn more about the COVID-related illness.
And that's what's so scary about this. First, children are fine, not a problem. The next thing, look what happened.
Now a parent's worst nightmare as the virus raises more questions.
The CDC recommends that everyone 2 years and older wear a cloth face covering that covers their nose and mouth when they are out in the community. Cloth face coverings should not be put on babies or children younger than 2 because of the danger of suffocation.